Hello, my dear students. How are you? Welcome to the session Intermediate 1, Week 3.2. Today, guys, we're going to study a lot. What's the idea? The idea, guys, is to try to take as much participation. I know that you are not here in this moment, but let's try to make it the best as we can, right? So, let's go it on. Well, what are we going to do for today? For today, we are going to learn to talk about things to accomplish in the future, to describe cultural expectations and differences. Okay? That's what we are going to do. It's actually an interesting topic because we are going to talk about stereotypes. Well, what are we going to do first? A chore warm up. That's what we are going to do. A lot of attention. Well, the idea is to guess which one belongs to the other one, which one belongs to will, and which one belongs to going to. Okay? Well, will. A future prediction. Ooh, which one? Well, both are for future predictions, both. Just that will we use for future predictions that do not have evidence. All right? But we're going to also use future predictions, but based on evidences. Okay? Well, for opinions, will, because we don't have any evidence. Now, plans for this week. Well, we use going to for plans and intentions. If you want to promise something, you want to make a promise, you can use will. All right? Now, if you want to talk about Christmas plans, we're going to use be going to. Remember that we use be going to talk about plans and intentions. Okay? Well, if we want to talk about summer holidays, we will use be going to also because it's plans. Plans. All right? Okay. How about your life in 20 years? Now it's difficult, right? Okay, the weather next week, we don't know. Okay, you let me know. Now, we will try to make it incorrectly in order to correct you. Okay? So, for example, something that is your next meal, we are going to use this one. If we want to talk about technology in 2050, maybe this one. Don't worry, we will check if they are right or not, okay? Your life in 20 years, maybe it's a plan or an intention, right? And what you are doing this afternoon, maybe here, all right? And something that is about to happen, maybe here and here. But don't worry, we're going to correct them because maybe they are wrong. And if they are wrong, we will try to do it. Okay, here we go. Look at these guys. Oh, yes. So, something about to happen. We use be going to. And life in 20 years, we will because we don't know. Okay, all right, that's great. So, let's go back. Well, we will start talking about stereotypes. Stereotypes. And here we have some stereotypes about the way we dress in Colombia in some regions. We have three regions here, basically. One is the coast, the girls of Cartagena, inside the country, the girls of Bogota, and the girls of Medellin, that they dress a little bit different. Okay? Well, let's check. You will let me know if you agree or disagree. But how are we going to do it? We are going to do it through this. We are going to use the following expressions to talk about stereotypes. We are going to use the expression is the costume to, you aren't supposed to, you are expected to, you are supposed to, and it's not acceptable to. So what are we going to do? We will try to use these sentences to talk about the stereotypes that I already showed you. Okay, let's go ahead. So if I go here again, let's try to talk about the stereotypes about people or girls who dress in Medellin. Well, according to this artist, if you are a paisa girl, it is the costume to get your blonde hair, right? According to the artist. According to the artist, you aren't supposed to wear really big jackets and, for example, boots. Ladies in Medellin try to be a little bit more comfortable, right? Well, in Medellin, you are supposed to have tattoos according to the picture, not according to me. All right. And look what this lady have. According to the picture, you are supposed to say, oh, you always. Okay, well, we don't know if it's true. All right. Well, according to the picture, you aren't supposed to wear really colorful dress code. No, right? Okay, okay. Well, now what about the girls of Bogota? What is the stereotype? Remember that a stereotype is what people normally think, but maybe it's not true. Okay, maybe it's not true. Okay, well, so for example, based on the picture, the artist considers that a girl who lives, who is born in Bogota, is the costume to wear ponytail, right? And it is a costume to wear funny, frankly, clown nails, right? And you are supposed to wear white runners, not even as sneakers, white runners, right? And you are supposed to wear black big boots, right? But you are not expected to wear really small blouses, no? In Bogota, no. Maybe for the weather, right? Or maybe because they are more like chai. Okay. For example, in Bogota, it is the costume to wear to have always the phone in the hand, right? And to wear warm coats, right? Now, what about the girls in Cartagena, girls from the coast of Colombia? Well, according to this, it is a costume to wear a scarf tied in the heart, right? Maybe yes, or maybe it is a costume to eat fresh fruit for relieve a little bit the heat, right? And it is a costume to wear brightly colorful clothes, right? And but they are not expected to wear warm coats, no. And I can see here that it is a costume to wear sandals and colorful pants. And it is a costume to wear jeans because they are used to the hot weather, right? Okay, guys. I want to know what's your opinion about this. If you agree or disagree with these stereotypes, right? I want you to know what's your opinion about those stereotypes, right? Well, what are we going to do now? Let's check again the sentences, okay? It's the costume to, you aren't supposed to, you are expected to, you are supposed to, and it's not acceptable to, okay? All right? Well, so we are going to check that for Colombians in general. For Colombians in general, what are the stereotypes? So we're going to check a video about 6 signs that will tell you you are Colombian in a foreign country. Okay? Well, here we go. Lot of attention.
Hi, Hi, I'm Carla and I'm from Colombia. Here are 6 signs you know you're Colombian. First up, soccer. Whether we win or lose, you wear Colombian colors with pride. Andres, vamos, we're late. And have a few soccer moves ready to go. Then there's driving. You're obviously the best driver in the world, so even though no one can hear you, ¿Qué le haga, señora? You yell at other drivers who get in your way. Señora, ¿se va a meter? I am driving. People running crazy.
Squirrel family, dog, man in a wheelchair.
Now I have to pass in red. ¿Va a pasar o no va a pasar? We're here. But of course, we get where we're going in one piece. Next up, salsa. As soon as you hear it, you either dance or you drum with your hands to the rhythm of the music. It doesn't matter where or when.
What are you doing?
Or on what. Oops. And don't get me started about this one. Colombia. Colombia with a U? You get super mad when people spell Colombia with a U. What? What if instead of American, I started saying American? Or introduce you to my friend who lives in California. Actually, that has a nice ring to it. Oh yeah. Rice. You eat rice with everything. We'll have rice with meat, with soup, eggs, and even at some point with spaghetti. And finally, the most important sign of all.
There you are!
You celebrate at any chance you get.
I got the promotion.
But I mean any chance.
They didn't have any creamer, so I got you non-dairy creamer.
Any chance.
Oh man, that allergy medicine really knocked me out.
And there you have it. These were just a few of the signs you know you're Colombian. Thanks for watching this video. Click here to subscribe and check out more videos from me and a lot more from your favorite YouTube channels. Don't forget to check out even more crazy content over at theflama.com.
Okay. All right, look at this. So we have here some signs to know if you are Colombian. So according to the video, what are the 6 signs? Well, the first one is that if you are Colombian, you are expected to wear Colombian colors with pride, right? What is the second one? The second one is that if you are Colombian, right, you are supposed to yell at other drivers who get in your way, right? Now, what is the number 3? Someone who tell me. Okay, remember the number 3. If you are Colombian, you are supposed to drum with your hands to the rhythm of the music, right? And on the other hand, if you are Colombian, it is supposed to get super mad when people spell Colombian with a U, like Columbia, right? Okay, there is something else. If you are Colombian, you are supposed to what? To eat rice with almost everything. And the last one, what is the last one? If you are Colombian, you are supposed to celebrate at any chance you get. Okay, remember to use these sentences to talk about stereotypes, okay? Don't forget about them. Well, so let's try to practice with them. Well, now, I will teach you now how to predict the future with will, okay? Why? Because we normally use the be going to, the will, and the present continuous. But today, I'm going to teach you one way, okay? Well, the first thing that you have to pay attention here are the differences between will, be going to, and present continuous for future. Well, and I have here 3 sentences. I will travel to Bogota. I'm going to travel to Bogota. And I am traveling to Bogota, right? Now, remember that if you are going to use will, it's because we have less probabilities that the future happens, okay? So when we use will, it's because maybe yes, maybe no, we don't know, right? So maybe it's going to happen, maybe it won't happen, but we are not sure about it, all right? Now, the second one, if I say I am going to travel to Bogota, it's because a little bit more sure about it, right? I'm a little bit more sure about it. So I am going to travel to Bogota is what? What is it? It's because you have a plan, you have an intention, you have a prediction, right? And the last one is I'm traveling to Bogota. Okay? It's because you have 100% or you are 100% sure that is going to happen. Okay? So that's why we call that is an arrangement. So what happened with the first one? If I say I will travel to Bogota, maybe yes, maybe no. Okay, I'm going to travel to Bogota. So you have a plan, you have an intention, okay? And basically, about this is going to happen, right? But something can happen. For example, the pandemic. Okay, but if I say I'm traveling to Bogota, it's because you are 100% sure that it's going to happen. So that means that you have the luggage in your hand, right? And you have what? You have the luggage, right? And you have something else. You will have, what do you think you will have? The tickets, all right? And a specific time. But there are some other uses. Well, with will, we can also express spot decisions. What is an spot decision? An spot decision is a decision taken in the moment of speaking. For example, in a restaurant, I will have the burger. That is an spot decision. You take the decision in the moment of speaking. Or for example, for making promises. For instance, guys, if you do all the exercises for today, I will buy an ice cream to you. Okay? That is a promise, right? Or could be like a negative promise, right? For example, if you don't do the exercises for today, I will inform the coordinator, right? Okay. Well, also for offering help. For example, oh, guys, I know these exercises are pretty difficult. Don't worry, I will explain again. So I'm promising. And a part of that, I'm offering also my help. Okay. So both for offering help or promises. Okay. Now, for making predictions without evidences. Okay. For example, I don't know. I think that maybe in 20 years, maybe in 20 years, right? Robots will control humanity. Maybe. Okay. All right. So now for facts. I know this one is contradictory, but it's like that for facts. Things that we cannot change. For example, next year I will be 35. I can't change that fact. I can't change it. Next year I will turn 35. Okay. All right. Now, with the B going to is more or less similar, but we have a better probability that it happens. For example, for plans and intentions. Yes. Hey, teacher, what are you going to do this weekend? Well, guys, I'm going to, I don't know, I'm going to watch a movie with my family. That's a plan. That's an intention. Oh, guys, next year I will buy a car, right? It's a plan. Now, we also use it for making predictions based on evidences. So what is the difference here? That we have an evidence. We will have an evidence to talk about this, right? For example, you see that the sky is really dark, it's gray, right? The sky is gray. So what do you say? Ah, no, teacher, it's going to rain, okay? It's going to rain. So that means that you, right? That you are going to make a prediction based on the evidence, right? Okay, now for the present continuous, yes, the present continuous, right? Okay, that is the 100% sure. We use it for arrangement, so agenda things, things that have already been in agenda, right? And that we have booked with an hour in a specific, with a day in a specific, so, and that you are going to go, right? For example, hey teacher, I'm having on Saturday, 8 p.m., right? So maybe you schedule, you have an hour, and you have a day, okay? That's it, those are the difference. Okay, why we have to make this difference? Because now I am going to teach how to use the will in some other ways. Here, we will use the will for predicting the future, right? For predictions. Remember that one of the uses is predictions without evidence. So basically, your opinion, the what do you think, right? The what do you think? Way to do it is using the normal will, right? For example, hey, we will spend vacations in space. We won't have colonies on Mars, right? Hey, teacher, what do you think the things are going to be in the future? Okay. I think that, for example, people will listen to music inside their brains with a chip, but we won't be able to walk, right? For example, or for instance, using the future continues to predict ongoing actions. So actions that are going to be happening in a specific time, right? For example, look at the example that we have here. Humans, beings, will be living on another planet. We won't be living here, right? For example, I think that in 10 years, we will be living in the space. I'm totally mad. I don't know, but I think, or that we will be waiting or fighting for water. That's something that worries me about, that we will be fighting for water because we won't have enough water in that moment. Now, at the end, we have this one, the future perfect predictions that will complete an action by a certain time, so in a specific time, an action that will be finished in that moment, right? For example, within 50 years, we will have set up a research center on Mars. By 2050, a company will have built a resort on the moon. Okay, all right? Well, so remember that what is the idea? The idea is to practice with that, all right? That is the idea. Well, guys, I know that maybe in this moment we have many questions, but let's try to belong on them. How? With practice, guys. That's the only way. We have just to practice, practice, and practice. Okay? All right? And that's what we are going to do. Okay? Well, why? Let's start a practice with a gamified activity about the be going to versus the what? The will. All right? Okay? Well, here we go with this. You help me out to do it in the best way. Okay? All right? Well, here we go. This is the first activity you are helping me out to complete. Well, let's start. So, she, famous singer one day. So she will be or she's going to be? Well, guys, if you say will be, it's okay because it's a prediction without evidence. We don't have any idea. So we don't know if it's going to happen or not. So that's why we are going to use will. Okay? Now, how about this? When we a party next weekend, the expression next weekend give us an idea about what maybe is going to happen. All right? It's talk about a plan, an intention. So the best answer is the be going to. We are going to have a party next weekend. Okay? That's great. Okay, let's check it out. Now, look at this. My phone, it's broken. So, guys, my phone is broken. So, okay, here we are talking about what? A plan. And look at the expression again, next week. So, my phone is broken. So, I am going to buy a new one. It's a plan. Exactly. All right. The expression I think. I think. Right? I think. So it's because we are not sure about it. We are not sure about what is going to happen. So we are going to use wait. That's it. Okay, that's great. Okay, read this book. I think you. Read this book. I think you. What? I think again will. Okay, so look that we are using some expressions. I think goes more with will, and the next is going to be more with be going to. Look at this. I'll be rich, or I'm going to be rich when I get older. So it's a plan, an intention. Maybe you are not sure about it. So what? Here, it's this one because we are not sure, right? We are not totally sure about it. Now look at this. My friends and I video games tomorrow. So what is that? The tomorrow is what? Maybe it's a plan. Maybe it's an intention. So that's why we're going to use are going to play. Okay, that's great. Okay, I to the beach next summer. So I am going to the beach next summer? Yes, because it's a plan. It's an intention. Okay, how about this one? She, after school. So it's a plan? It's an intention? Yes, that's her plan. So we are going to use be going to. Now pay attention to this one. I think, again, the expression I think. So immediately, robot teachers in 2050, I don't know what to think about this. Maybe will, right? Excellent. That's great, okay? That's great, all right? So, difficult? I hope it won't. I hope it won't be difficult, right? Okay, that's good. Now, let's do another exercise to practice, okay? About the will, right? Will have. Okay? Well, we are going to do it now for predictions, okay? So I want you to pay a lot of attention here because we are going to do a practice, okay? The future perfect tense, all right? Okay, guys, ready for it? So, will perfect, so future perfect versus future tense. Okay, let's go ahead. Like this. Okay, I found one, right? Okay, here we go with this one. Look at this. This one is a little bit more difficult. Okay? Look at this. Will you have graduated, are graduating, or graduate, obviously is this one, an action that will be finished in a specific time in the future. Okay, all right. Good. Well, let's continue. Let's go with this one. In 3 years' time, I am studying or I'll be studying, all right? An outgoing action in the future. Let's read this one. Try to call before 8 o'clock. After that, we will be watching an outgoing action again. All right, now the guests are coming at 8 p.m. I will have finishing. I will be finished. No, I will have finished. Habré terminado. So it's an outgoing action, right? That finished in the future. All right. By the time we arrive, the kids are going to bed, will have gone to bed, or went to bed. Well, it's will have gone to bed, an action that will be finished in the future in a specific moment, right? Okay, this is a question. Look at this. Have you waited for me? Are you waiting for me, or will be you waiting for me at the airport when I arrive? So in this occasion, we are going to use the future perfect continuous. It's an outgoing action in the future. Okay? All right, let's go ahead. When you arrive in Los Angeles, we'll need to rest because we will have driven about, will be driving, or will drove. In this case, look at this. They are hoping to rest because they will have been done another action for a long time. So we'll have driven, okay? Now, when you get off the train, wait for you on the platform. It's an outgoing action we are going to use. Will be waiting. Okay? Now, look at this other one. Please come at 8. By the time I will have finished, I'll finish, or I will be finished. Ooh, I will have finished. Because by that time, para ese entonces, all right? I'm sure. Ooh, look at this. I'm sure when you call him, he'll be watching TV. He's expecting for an outgoing action. Good job, guys. You did a great job. Okay, now, the last exercise that I want you to do at home is this one. How do you imagine education in the future? How do you imagine education in the future? So try to answer this question using the future tenses. In my opinion, I think that in the future, education will be easier and will be accessible, right? I think that people will be using more artificial intelligences and more blended learning, more online lessons, right? So how? I think that is by doing it from the self-learning processes, right? Like the one we do at Smart Online. Well, on the other hand, I think that people will have developed new strategies for learning in blended learning that is changing the world, okay? Well, guys, you did a great job. So remember to practice on this. So guys, good job. You did a great job today. Remember to keep in mind how to use the well, the future tenses and expressions to talk about stereotypes. Guys, you did a great job. I hope to see you in a lesson. Please program your lessons. Hope to see you soon. Bye, guys. See you.